So we're in the vets. Connie's had a booster, and then we've got Caveman, Cleo and Cinderella are here to have their first jabs and get the paperwork and microchip and everything. Just do quick while the vet's out of here. Just to show that and wipe some mischief. And your babies. Let me open the door. Cinderella getting mischief under there. And Caveman and Cleopatra. What are you doing, Connie? What are your babies doing? Baby's doing? Good girl. What's she doing up there? She's going to tell you off. She's going to tell you off, Cinderella. You're going to end up in the bin. Cinderella, you'll end up in the bin, you silly girl. Ah, you're going to end up in the bin. Get down. No, oh my God. She was going to end up in the bin. Just So just taking Mischief and Connie for walks. I just got Sammy outside now, learning a bit more loose walking on the harness and the lead. He's been going up the tree, Becca's out here watching him, and we're just walking around the garden teaching him a bit of lead resistance and telling him to come when he and with a bit of a pull, so he learns how to come to me when told. So just a slow introduction to it. He's just starting to feel a bit freer and manage to sort of run around a bit. No, wait, good boy. And he's sort of going into a bit of a bigger speed, but he's such a big, cumbersome animal anyway. He's not going to sort of be as flighty as the girls, but he's obviously learning to trust the area a bit more. As you see now, he's probably going to have a little run. That's as much as you're going to get of him for a run. Good boy, Sammy. Good boy. Right, Sammy, come. So I'll give the command, come, and pull him, and he'll come. You've got the tree now, if I can stay with him. There we go. Good boy, not too far. Not too far. Nah. This is why I have this spare lead on here. So obviously if he goes so far and gets caught, I can then release from this bit of the connection of the lead and undo him and then pull him down. Whereas if this part of the lead is being connected right to his harness and he goes up high, you've got no chance of releasing him and getting him unstuck if he gets caught. So it's always worth having a extension bit of lead there for when they get tangled, and often they get tangled around under car wheels and in prickly hedges and things. So it just enables you to undo either here or by the harness and then pull it through without losing hold of them. I learnt that the hard way. Good boy, Sammy. So just having a bit of a walk around the garden, allow myself to trust him a bit more that he's going to respond to come. Sammy, come! Good boy! Sammy, come! So as I say come, I've also got to try and give him a bit of a tug so he knows he has to come towards me. I forgot to do it then. But you see his markings come out lovely on his coat. Good boy, Sammy! And obviously without the girls out here, he can relax a bit more and explore a bit. Yay! Good boy, Sammy! Good boy! Good boy! So he does actually ask to go outside now. He meows quite a bit. So that's nice that he does that. Obviously, like I said, I really want to be doing this from the van. Just having trouble with the van at the moment with the MOT. So it's not here at the moment. But obviously once I've got the van back, I can obviously start getting them used to having time in the van and then going for a walk from the van after they've sort of had a little drive or something. So if they get used to obviously having walks and this being enjoyable, then when you obviously start training them to go in the van, they get used to all the noise and the movement, and then their reward will be walking somewhere new and somewhere different to explore. And then they again come back to a drive back, and then you give them that time outside to reward them or give them sweeties when they're back in. So they always associate this as something wonderful. Yes, they will ask to do it, but I try not to make it too much of the same time repetitive, because otherwise they expect it. They have been going in the morning, but like I say, then they start when they can't go out, when they're ill or when it's raining or something, then they expect to come out at the same time. So I try to sort of do different times of day when it's walking time, but the nice thing is by having the harnesses off in the bungalow, that as soon as they want to go outside or they need to go outside, they have to come to me. They have to stand still to have their harness put on, which they're absolutely wonderful with, even the girls who obviously used to have their harness on all the time. So they actually will all stand to have their harness put on, because they know as soon as their harness is put on, they get to go outside, which is their treat. So it's a lovely way of, again, teaching them to have the harness put on rather than just have it put on and then run around the house and they don't know what it's being put on for. Which is why I've got the collar on now, so they've got identity on. They are microchipped, but it just means if they escape at the door, they've just got a collar on with an identity tag on. Whereas beforehand I used to have the identity tracker on the harnesses. So it gives them a bit more freedom during the day. Obviously when I'm out in the van or whatever, then I'd have to sort of put the harness on majority of the time really, just to sort of keep them tied for when the doors are open and that. But obviously in the bungalow while we're doing the training, that's how we'll have to do with the babies. Hi Bentley! The babies will slowly get used to having a harness put on to come outside, and they soon associate harness means wonderful times, and that's the way we're going forward. The same as Sammy, even though he's a little bit older, he's still a baby, so you can see he's not got a problem with the harness being on, but when he runs in a minute you'll see that it's suddenly going to stop him, so you'll learn that he is restricted. He will actually slow down a bit then. So they are such intelligent animals that they learn to test out where their there's mischief in the window, how far their lead goes. And that's one of the things Connie will first do. Good boy. When she comes out, she'll come out and test her length of lead that she has, so she knows how much space she's got to run around and that. What's that, Sammy? Good boy. You right, Gigi? There's a baby in the window as well. Neptune in the window. No, Solomon. We've got Solomon there, Mischief, and who are you? Who are you? Hello. Let's see. That's. I think it's Cinderella. Who's now microchipped up. So the cats are giving fights and getting scratches in their eyes. So I've actually got some eye ointment from the vet to help with them. Good boy, Bentley. You ready to go in? Hey. What's Sammy doing? Obviously Sammy's still got to get used to the lead getting tangled in his legs and how to untangle it. Good boy. Hey Bentley, you right with Sammy? Hey. He's going again for the tree and I'm left behind. Whoa. Oops a daisy. Hang on, tangled. No, he hasn't learnt the word tangled yet. Tangled means he's got to sit still until I untangle him. Good boy. There we go. So me talking on the camera, I didn't have a long enough lead for the moment. Actually only got the walking lead, which is not as long as the tether leads. I think the walking leads are only about 3 metres long, whereas the tether leads are about 5 metre long. Good boy, Sammy. Right, actually look, I'm missing my van. There's no story behind that, but we'll catch up with you regarding that later. It's in the garage at the moment. Basically it's gone for its MOT and needed a little bit more work, which they've missed, and it also needs a bit more welding as well, so but that's fine, we'll get that sorted. We're just going to have to get the MOT work done, bring it back out, take it back to the welder, do a little bit more and then take it back. So that garage actually missed the full list of stuff, which, you know, is what it is. Obviously when they go with the MOT, they've got a really good MOT person, very strict, and I like that because it makes sure my van's safe. You know, there's none of these MOTs that go through with everything dangerous on it. You know, with a nice MOT man, I like the strict guys because it shows my van's safe. So I'm a bit out of time, running out of time now, but hopefully I'll get the van back tomorrow, and then I'll take it to the welder on Monday, and then have to go straight from the welder then when he's finished with it to the MOT to get her ticket, and then like I say, we can start sort of getting the cats back in it and get used to its home. So I won't be affording no big lorry just yet with all the costs of this. I've put it on Destiny, but like I say, I wanted to spend on Destiny, I wanted to rebuild her, I wanted to get the work done. Yes, being in a transit, you're always going to have to welding and everything, but at least she's going to be good for another year, and it shows I've got everything sort of safe and working mechanically. And then as and when we have to sort of let her go, then yes, new owners will, you know, transit, they know about welding, but everything else mechanically she's been absolutely an angel, and I've spent the money on that and rebuilding her slowly basically, and she hasn't wanted for anything that's gone wrong. So yeah, so I'll be glad to have her back. But spent many thousands of pounds on her, and that's what a lot of the debt is. I say I can't be with that vehicle at all, and obviously it was a bit scary today when they rang up and said, a bit bad news, and you know, the quote was ridiculous. But that's because they wanted to get a welder in for me, because they, saying me going backwards and forwards. But I said no, it's okay. I've got a fab welder now, and who look after me, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the garage as well. They are so good. They, they keep me on the road. They know how important she is to me. Turned out to be a little bit of a sponsor as well. They do the work as best price they can and fit me in and work around the cats as well. Anyway, that's enough waffle. I'm going to get Bentley and Sammy back in. You right, Sammy and Bentley? And get some dinner, eh? Hope we'll catch you later, guys. Bye for now. Hello, have you got mystery on this lot anywhere? Right, let's have a look. It's a dark one. Are you male or female? I think this one here is mystery. As you can see, she's a dark tabby. Could you head it away? But she's got lovely markings. Not as spotted as Neptune. There you go. A bit of a better colour for you, isn't it? You are mystery, aren't you? She's, I say, tucking in with mum now. I'll quickly show you along the line. Actually, the spots are really nice. I'm actually keeping the lesser marked ones. I'm actually keeping the best spotted girl and the worst marked boy and girl. And all the others are lovely. That one's Solomon, that's the boy who's available. That's Mystery, the girl who's available. And that one, that looks like, yeah, and that's Neptune, that's the best spotted boy, he's available too. Sorry you can't see their heads. And this is Connie, this is Mum. Lovely, aren't you, darling? Yes, beautiful girl. There we go. So again, Mystery is this one. I won't disturb them eating, feeding. So there you go. So the quarantine cage is in force. We've got a Mystery in there who's been in a fight and got a scratched eye. Well, just like a little bit of sleeping man. But Cleo's got a bit of conjunctivitis in one eye, which the vet gave her some cream for. So I'm just put a bit of lotion in Cleo's eye as well. I thought, well, actually what I'd do, with it being conjunctivitis, just to keep away from the others, I'll put them in the cage together. So that means that I can sort of separate Cleo and Mystery will keep her company. And I can then treat both eyes with the antibiotic cream just in case Mystery gets any worse. It was fine yesterday. I suppose Cleo actually had some green gunge put in her eye to sort of make sure her eye wasn't scratched, and she's actually reacted to that and making her eyes come right conjunctivitis now, whereas she was absolutely fine before. You can see this one, that's just obviously just Mystery's just obviously had a fight, but then again it could be turned into conjunctivitis as well. So we'll get them out of the way and make sure. You see they've got a little tray, they're tucking into their food. Sammy just jumped straight in the cage, wanting to bed. I'm going to keep them in there for now. They probably moan, but better safe than sorry, isn't it? We don't want conjunctivitis going around everybody, and I'm saying at least if I'm treating Mystery anyway for a bit of a fight, but say it could be a bit conjunctivitis, you never know. But we'll have them in there in the treatment cage, which is in the bedroom, so you can still watch everything going on, be part of it, and I can also obviously shut everybody out and let them come out for a bit of playtime if need be. But they should be fine in there and sleep away quite happily and watch everything. There you go. Catch you later. Go to bed. Let's see if you go to bed. Good Mystery. Stay in there. Good girl. Good boy, Sammy. Who's in there, Sammy? In your cage. Let me shift. Right. No, you stay in there, babies. You stay in there for a bit. That's why I sort your eyes out. The babies. No, Sammy. Sammy was putting his paw through there just to try and pinch their food. What are you doing with the babies? Hey? That used to be Sammy's little cage, didn't it? Because he went through a bit of quarantine in there, didn't you? Yeah, what are they doing in their cage? He likes to use it as a bedroom. And they've been using it as a playroom as well, without anything in there, just to chase the ball around. You've probably seen some of the videos. But you can see I'm just making a little... What's that? There's the babies in the little nursery, aren't they? In the quarantine cage. What are you doing in there, Sammy? What are the babies doing in there? So we should get a better look now. So there we go, that's Mystery. A little bit weepy-eyed just from a fight. But if you could... Sammy, stop putting your feet in the water. But if you look at Cleo in a minute, her left eye, you can see she's a bit redder and a bit more conjunctivitis-y. So just treating her for that, haven't we? But that's given her a clean bit of health. Like I say, they had the green goo in her eye and checked out and everything. But she's been microchipped on her first jab as well. Haven't you? Hey? Yes. Oh, you look a sorry state. Oh, you're going to be sick now. You look a sorry state. Aren't you, Cleo? Like I say, that's a mystery. Completely different. Yeah, you're fine. A couple of days ago, but I say, just in case it is going to turn into a bit affected, then we've got the antibacterial, what's it called? Antibiotic eye cream. I'm going to give her some as well. There we go. For a couple of days, see what happens. What's going on, Sammy? You're going to look after them? Or you're just going to keep putting your foot through and trying to pinch their food and water? Really? You're a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy, aren't you? You are, Sammy. What are you doing with the babies? Right, let's leave. Hey, Connie. And Cinderella on the wheel. We'll just let the two girls out with the bad eyes. For a bit of cuddles. Connie's having a cuddle on my shoulder. Ow! And I've got another kitten on my shoulder too. Hey, good girl. Hey, babies. Hello, Cinderella. Yeah, that's a Cleo just come out. Your eye look better, isn't it? So just going to try and get a drink off Mum, and Mystery's come out as well. With her bad eye. Just go and see Mummy. We'll get them wiped down and put some more cream in later. Let them have a little bit of playtime and stretch their legs, and then we'll get them back in the quarantine. Well, I say quarantine, it's just a bit of stop them sort of mixing with us too much. Actually, a bowl with Reproductin for them to play in the water, because Savannah's like playing in water. So just teach them to have a little bit of playing. They like to have a big supply of water to drink as well when they want to. Cinderella's gone in to have a look what's in the cage. What's in there, Cinderella? Being nosy. Oh yeah. Tired today. Bet there's some of my clothes up there. Right. I was watching her on the wheel. She might come back out in a minute on the wheel. Catch her later. So we've just I've got some like small like guinea pig type harnesses and things like that I've just put on my literally just put them on them, and they're doing what cats typically do when you first put a harness on them, and they roll over and play dead. Now obviously they're little harnesses that are going to be the typical size 8 string ones that don't sort of restrict them so much. I'm small enough for them yet. So I got to wear into them a bit. So I thought I'd quickly try these on, because otherwise, because these obviously only going to be, I got them upside down actually. I think, yeah, that's narrower though, isn't it? I think I got them upside down. Let me put them on properly, I'll get back to you. Okay, take 2. So I've now just turned the harness around so that it fits them better, and the narrow bits on around the neck and the wide bits at the back. So not like sitting with this huge big choke collar on. Like I say, what cats and kittens generally do when you first put quite a big harness on, they just roll over and play dead. So this is the first time these have had anything so big on. So I just want them to sort of have a little bit of training, getting used to something around their body. No, I won't be using something so wide and big. Later on I might use a bit of a string vest type one. But I want them to just, these are my 3, I want them to just start getting used to something around their body. A bit more obviously restrictive than us caveman, as you can tell. I might loosen that one up a bit actually. It's good. So caveman's got the caveman pattern on. Cleo's got the nice red sparkly one on. And Sulking Cinderella has got a purple, what you got on? A purple hearts on. So they're slowing out, you're actually watching it in real time as in how long they've had them on. So we'll see what they think and see how long it takes them to move and think, well, I'm not going to stay here all this time. Again, I won't be keeping them on for long. I just want to sort of get them used to having something around their body. You can eat it. You can eat it. I have to tighten that up if you're going to eat it. I have to tighten it up if you're going to get your teeth stuck. Cinderella, what are you doing? Are you on strike? Are you on strike? So Caveman's going to try and... Obviously he's got his collar on as well. It's not helping, is it, Caveman? I'll take your collar off. I'll take your collar off a minute out of the way. Oh, no, he won't, she says. He's not going to come off. A bit tight round your body, round here. Let's have a look. Just going to loosen it up a little bit. This is a bit tight round his body. Hang on a minute. I'll make it a bit better for him. Make sure he can move his legs. Is that a bit better for you? Yes, is that a bit better for you? Cinderella's just start thinking about moving now. There's also how kittens are taught. If they are grabbed by their mum around their neck or scruffed or whatever, they're just taught to play dead and keep very, very still. And obviously this is representing that a little bit by being quite tight around the neck bit here. I'm going to loosen that off a bit as well. Because again, as far as she's concerned, it's like mummy telling her to keep still. So I'm just going to loosen them all a bit off a bit more. So they're not actually... I'm trying to get my fingers in the top. So they're not actually playing like a mum tight around them. Then bear with me, I'll just get looser. There we go. Yeah! The problem with it getting looser then is obviously there then get their chin down underneath this bit here and start biting it. Yeah, there we go, babies. You're very pretty. Just got to learn to walk in them now. So as I say, at the moment they're still in the playing dead stage. And then they'll start biting and saying get off and playing with it and getting their claws and teeth caught in it. Like I say, I do prefer the like the rope vest, the single line, what you call them, harnesses. That you see Mischief having put on. There we go. Cinderella's still on strike. Cleo's going to have a go at moving and then playing dead. It goes with you, darling. It goes with you. A lot of people just get a harness like this on an adult cat when they're trying to train them and say, well, they just roll over and play dead and then say they don't like it and take it off. Well, obviously it's going to take time. They've got to get used to things. And normally I'd wait till they're a bit older and, like I say, put the normal harnesses on. And they can't really feel the other harnesses. They can obviously feel a string around here and a string around there, but this is extra here. Here's my latest scratch. That was Sammy earlier today. Hey, Caveman. Caveman's got a bit of a better idea about it. Who's that, Caveman? They don't have to look cute, don't they? Right, I'll give them a few minutes now and let them play and then I'll take them off. But I thought I'd share this with you. Just so you can see, you know, it is perfectly normal for them to just sulk and play dead. They're only 9 weeks old, you know, so like I said, I just want to let them get used to things around. That's really too tight. It's the wrong shape for them really, being more of a guinea pig harness, but trying to find them small enough. And when I had Connie, I actually had a ferret harness, but I just can't find them at the moment. So I thought I'd order these, and these are come as a trio from abroad. But it's the wrong shape and a bit too tight there really. I can loosen it obviously, but like I say, it's just something different than to play with and get used to and go through and, you know, and have me put on them and get them used to sort of stepping in that harnesses and things like that. And also I wanted to have something available because obviously if I'm going to let them outside with their mum tomorrow maybe or something, I want to be able to put a lead on them so if they don't run away, they just play dead like this. At least I actually got hold of them in case there's any take off. That's it. She's gone. Somebody's gone. Somebody's made her run for it. Anyway, she's got the she's she's going so far and then playing pancakes on the floor. Hello, you alright? Hello. So we'll just let her have we'll give her a bit of time for them to get used to it, and then when they get used to it, they'll be rewarded by having it taken off. Hello, hello. Are you playing tag? Are you boxing with me? Are you boxing? Look at these kittens. As you can see, that's Pandora having a go on the wheel. Most kittens are actually, you know, enjoying having a go on it. I know Cinderella absolutely loves it, but they've only learnt this from watching. They haven't. I say, oh, this is sound of the water being drunk. Connie's in there with the water. First drink out of that. That is now Mystery having a go. It's a great thing to have. Not only is it obviously a good climbing toy, but It's good for exercise, and literally all through the night, Mischief comes on it, and I'm just sort of lying in bed trying to sleep, and I just hear this trundling going along while Mischief goes for her early morning walks and her late night walks, and it just gives them the exercise that they crave. And you know, they don't get bored with it at all. She just sort of looks up and focuses on where she's going, off she goes. And as you can see with these, look, it's like playing tag and just chasing it all the time. And obviously you could sort of put some kind of dots on it or something, them to sort of trot on, but they're actually managing quite well. There you go, they go for a climb note and the wheel automatically moves. It's really well done, so that once they stop it just sits in the bottom, so it doesn't like send them flying all upside down or anything. What's fighting over there? Who's fighting over there? You know, obviously it's Cleo making all the noise. She's a right noisy thing. She's on the receiver now, but she's still noisy as she was when she was a baby. She's very vocal. That's actually Pandora beating Cleo up. Get her, Cleo. Get her back. She's very vocal. She always was the noisy baby. How are you two getting on? Oh, no, we've got different ones. So, as you can see, Cinderella has got that loose left eye. Nothing to do with bad eye or anything. Remember, Connie had that like wink in her eye. And Cinderella's following that with her like her mum. She's going to try and leapfrog now. See if she can leapfrog in the harness. There's Neptune. Have you spotted Neptune? I've got some better pictures of the babies on the adverts now, so hopefully we'll start getting some sales. I've had a few inquiries coming in. Cinderella, you good girl. What are you doing to it? Hey? What are you doing, Cinderella? You good girl. She's such a pretty little girl, aren't you? Pretty little Cinderella. Again, they've all got their own little harnesses for later. So she's got a nice purple harness, the right type of harness, I'll say there, but obviously we've got to wait for them to be big enough to put them on. Anyway, that's your lot for now. I thought that's a nice thing to enjoy. Look at the big feet. Good girl, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.